Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Profotech Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning WordPress plugin development tutorial from scratch, and this is 32nd of this video session series in which we are going to discuss about the two things that we have left so far to our custom plugin that we have developed. First we will see that how can we record update. Okay, in the last video session we had seen that how can we add a record as well as how can we show all our records to our data table. Okay, and the second level we will see that how can we delete those records from our database table. Okay, so have a look at what we have done so far for our custom plugin mybook. Go to administrator panel, and here is the plugin that we have made in this video session series. Okay, so just click on that, and here is the list that we have saved to our database table. Right now we have three different records. Okay, so if we go to the table that we have created dynamically like WP my books, okay, and here is the three different records, and here it is. So only click on edit button. If we want to update these records, then how can we do that? We just click on edit button and update that record. So this functionality is done in this video session. Okay, as well as if you want to delete that record from this data table, means a database table, then this also should be done in this video session. Okay, so these two different means functions like edit and delete we will say in this video session, and I think this should be the last video sessions of this custom plugin development my book. Okay, so if you are a beginner guys from this video session, then I strongly suggest you to watch our previous video sessions to learn about the development plugin of my book. Okay, so go to YouTube channel, type online web tutor, and here is the channel you could find about that. And so far we have seen about the several videos like part 24, 26, 25, so on up to 31st part. Okay, so here I have uploaded each and every section of custom my book plugin development. So go to YouTube channel and type all and see all these video sessions before doing this. Okay, so let's get started about editing record. So just go to code editor, open book edit. Okay, so this is the form that we have developed so far. So let's open this form actually in the browser also. So to go to browser, and in case of book list type book edit, and here is the form. Okay, so just remove that. So first of all, let's change the upload image button. When we click on that button, then we will be redirected to this media gallery. Okay, so just go to editor, and here you need to change about input type button. So let's open book add also, because we have implemented such functionality here also. Okay, so just copy this, go to book edit, and within the top section just paste this what we have copied. Okay, and the next thing that we need to do is that just scroll down, copy this div. This div should be copied like upload image. Okay, from book add, just copy this div, go to book edit, and just replace the div section from that like upload image. Okay, so just I am removing all this and replacing with the content of upload image. So just save this file, go to your browser and refresh this page once more. So just click on upload image. Okay, it's not okay, it's working now. So this is how we will be redirected on clicking on this upload image up to our media gallery. Okay, so let's choose this image, and here is the image. Okay, so if we inspect this, then we will be get the URL of this image also in the input type hidden field. Okay, so let's check that, and here is the URL. Okay, within this image tag, here is the URL which actually is showing our image. Okay, and here is the image, and also this is the URL section actually going to the server to save this URL to our database table. Okay, and here is the URL. So let's say that when we submit this form, and when we submit this form, then by the help of this form ID that we have created, Okay, and the form ID like frm edit book, just copy this ID, open up script.js file, and let's say that jQuery, just scroll down, and here is the ID dot. Okay, almost we have done about the validation part also, just get rid of that. And here is the edit book. Okay, so we need to submit the form also. Okay, so within this block frm edit book, okay, so just go to frm add book, the same process we have to follow. Just copy these all things, just copy this snippet of code, go to edit book and paste it here. Okay, so I will tell you that what's going on here. We have created an action like my book library. This is Ajax handler parameter. Okay, so by reading my book library, actually we are firing our Ajax request. If you have remembered in our last video session, this is WP Ajax and my book library. This is the parameter that we have passed from our Ajax request. And here is save book as a parameter. So let's change about edit book. Okay, save book parameter is for saving the book records. Here it is. Okay, so let's make another if else condition, else if, and let's say just copy this and paste within this else block. Okay, and it is will be something like edit book. Okay, and make curly braces, go to your JavaScript file, and let's say about frm edit book, just copy the ID and paste it here, because we want to serialize all the data of this form book edit. Okay, and also guys, one more thing, one more data we want, and this condition, that is when we click on the edit button, when we click on the edit button of any of this book from this data table, then we want the ID of that book, because we want to update that record from this table on the behalf of this ID. Okay, so we want the ID of this book. So go to a book ID page, okay, sorry, book list page, and let's pass at our edit button something called data ID as attribute, and within this ID let's pass a value called ID. Okay, so this is the ID that we are passing with our edit button, and here it is, this is the ID that we are passing. Okay, so once we refresh this page, just inspect this edit button, and here is the ID that we are getting, data ID 3. And if we scroll and inspect this button also, then here we are getting data ID 2. Okay, so this is the corresponding IDs of these books actually we are getting from this button. Okay, and once guys, when we click on this button, then nothing happens, we will redirect to the book edit page also. Okay, so go to editor, within this href just remove that, and let's type admin dot, here is the URL that admin.php, and we need to change page equal to book edit. Okay, so just copy this URL path and just remove that and type here. Okay, and this should be something book edit. Okay, and here it is, just leave this, and here it is the book edit. Okay, and also we want to pass this ID to this URL also. Okay, so just pass ampersand and the edit ID equal to this. Okay, and also if you are passing this ID to this URL, then don't need to pass this ID from this button, just get rid of that. Okay, because we will get that ID from the URL also. So just remove this page or refresh this page, and just click on any of the button, and here it is, we are getting ID equal to 3, id equal to 1. So this is the id. On the behalf of that id we need to update our book record. Okay, so just go to editor, and within this book edit page, let's say input type hidden field. Okay, input type hidden, let's say value equal to echo if the get request. Okay, and the parameter is set. Copy the edit. If it is set, then we want the value of this get request of edit. Okay, just int val, integer value we want, and else 0. Okay, so let's type it is name equal to book id. Okay, so we have specified a book id also. Okay, so when we serialize this form, means FRM edit book, then this id will also go to our custom ajax request and to this library. Okay, so let's say print r equal to all the variables that we are getting via request parameter. Okay, and here is the serialized data that we are passing with our ajax url to this edit book. Okay, so just save this file, go to browser and refresh this page. Once we refresh, just inspect once more. Let's scroll down, and if we don't pass any data, just click on update, and here is the error that we are getting. Okay, so let's say that sample book data. Okay, and this is sample author. Okay, and this is dummy section. Let's upload an image, this one, and just go to network section, or you can say console. So just remove all this from network section by clicking on this button. Just click on update. So when we click on admin ajax, because we have successfully requested, and these are the parameters that we have passed from our serialized format. Okay, so let's make font size. So this is edit book as a parameter, book id is 1. Okay, that we are getting from the url, and these are the parameters. So just go to response section, and here is the response that we are getting from the server. Okay, so these are the records that we are going to update on the behalf of this id. Okay, so just go to editor. Within this library file, I'm going to use wp update. Okay, wp db object and update as a method of WordPress. Okay, so within this update method, we want to pass this table name as the first parameter, and all these key values, okay, in the second parameter, because we are going to update the records of this table by using our the name, author, about, and image name. These all parameters, guys, we are getting from our book edit. Okay, in the serialized format. So let me check once more. Just click on update, inspect that, and when we go to the network section, after clicking this button, just click on that. Okay, because we have removed, going to header section, and these are the parameters that we have sent from this form by the serialized. So that's why name, author, about, and the image name we are getting as a key right here. These are the keys. Okay, so on the behalf of these IDs, we are actually updated we are going to update our keys values from this table. Okay, and in the third parameter, we need to pass our primary key on behalf of which we are updating. Should be id equal to, means id should be equal to that id that we are getting from the URL. Okay, and the id will be in book id parameter. Just copy this, okay, and paste within this. So we are updating our record of book on the behalf of this id, and here is the record data that we are getting, and these are the key values of our database table. Okay, and let's say echo JSON encode. Let's pass these all datas after updating our record to script file. Okay, and here we have handled that if data status equal to 1, then we need to get the success. Okay, so let's update message that is book updated successfully. Okay, so just save this file and refresh this page. Okay, so let's say test data, test author, here is just about. Okay, and let's upload an image called cake.php and just click on update, and here is book updated successfully. Okay, so when we redirect to this book list, then we will see actually the updated data. Okay, and this is the updated data, guys, that we have updated: test data, test author, and the test upload. Okay, so let's update this book also. Just click on edit, and let's say that, and one more thing, guys, that when we click on this edit button, on this edit button, then all the informations will be automatically filled on the behalf of this ID what we have right now. Okay, so all these details before saving we want to be automatically filled of this ID too. Okay, so let's do that first. Just go to edit page and type here something called PHP tag. We are getting book ID equal to each set get, and here is the edit ID. Just copy this ID, paste it here. Okay, and let's say if it is set, then int val, and else 0. Okay, so we are getting the ID value into this variable. So just I am going to use global WPTB object, and here is the book detail variable, and let's say WPTB get row. Okay, and within this get row method, let's pass WPTB prepare function to secure our input values. Okay, invalid request. So select all data from our table, and the table name is something called my book table. This is the function that actually returns the table name. Okay, so just pass that. So select asterisk from my book table where ID equal to integer value. Okay, and the ID should be equal to book ID. So this is the prepared statement that we have made to our query. Okay, and this is the placeholder for integer value. Okay, $d, sorry, %d. So select asterisk from my book table where ID equal to integer value that we are getting into this variable. Okay, and let's arrange all values into array format. Okay, so within this book detail variable, just copy this variable, go to your text, and let's type that we are getting here the name section. Okay, so just type PHP echo and book detail name. Okay, so this is the key value actually coming from the database, and it's about author. Okay, so value should be PHP echo and its book detail variable. Let's paste here, and its author. Okay, and within this about section, let's type PHP echo book detail, and here is about. Okay, and also we need to save our image to this span tag first. So let's take image src, and here is called book detail. Okay, and this is book image. Okay, so all we have done now, we have passed all the saved details to this form. Okay, so just save this file and also copy this book image URL. Okay, and let's pass this input field again, value, and here it is. Okay, and also do some styling with this image, like height should be okay, height should be 80 pixel and the width should be 80 pixel. Okay, so we have done now. We got all the records of this book which we are getting from this URL as ID. Okay, on the behalf of ID we are fetching all the records from the database table, and just we need to show on all these fields before saving. Okay, so just refresh this page and here is the detail. Okay, actually image has not appeared because let's check in database, because for the case of 2 there is no image. Okay, so let's update with that image of that record. Just click on custom and let's update. Okay, so we have updated our record. Let's refresh this page and here is the image. Okay, so we want that the page should be automatically reloaded after the saving of this book information. So go to a script and just after showing this notification bar, let's set a set timeout and let's define an anonymous function which basically reloads our page. So before loading this page, window.location.release is the way, guys, to reload our page. Okay, this is the first way. Else you just make comment of that and you write only location.reload. Okay, location. So this is the thing that you need to add, and we want page should be reloaded after 13 seconds. Okay, so we have to pass as 13 seconds. Okay, it's 1300. So just save this file, go to browser and refresh this page. So once we like updated about data, okay, updated title, so just update this record, book updated successfully, and here it is. We have also reloaded the page. Okay, so this is how, guys, we had seen that how can we update our record on the behalf of ID, as well as we want to show all the records before update on our page. Then we had done all these things in this page. Okay, so let's move to our delete section. We want to delete this button, means we'll go to a book list. When we click on this button delete, then how can we delete our records? Okay, so just go to book list page and here is the delete button. Okay, so let's say that when we click on this button, and here we need to define data ID, because on the behalf of that ID we actually delete that record. Okay, so echo, and here is the value variable and here is the ID. Okay, so when we click on this button, means let's take a class also, and the class has actually defined here. Let's say btn book delete. Okay, so when we click on this button, then on the behalf of that ID that we have passed within this data ID attribute, after getting this data ID we actually delete that record. Okay, so just copy this book ID class, go to a script file, and let's say that jQuery, let's say document dot on click, and here is the class name and an anonymous function for that which handles our request. Okay, so this is the class name that we have given to this delete button, and here it is. So on clicking on this button, we want to retrieve the data ID value because it contains the book ID. Okay, go to anonymous function, let's say var equal to book ID, and let's say that we want the current clicked instance value. So this dot attribute attr, and attribute should be data ID. Okay, we want to retrieve the ID value, means data ID value. So that's why I have used attr function. It returns the attribute value. Okay, and we need to pass this attribute value to our server. So just copy these all things once more and paste within this section. Okay, so library will be same, and here it is, instead of say book, let's delete book. Okay, and no need to pass the serialized data because we have no form. We need to pass only ID, book ID. Okay, and the ID should be something called, here it is what we are getting into this variable, book ID. So just equal to sign plus, and here is the value. So this is the value we are passing with this Ajax request library to this parameter. Okay, so and this is the URL. So let's make and delete book request handler into our library. So just copy this all things and paste it here. Okay, so instead of saying edit book, let's say delete book. Okay, delete book, and we are getting ID from our book script file. Okay, so on this behalf of this ID we want to delete our book. Okay, so just go to my book, get rid of all that, and let's say that wp-db and delete method. Okay, in the first parameter we have to pass the table name. Okay, so just copy this table name and paste inside that, and in the second argument it should be array, and in this array we need to pass the ID, means on the behalf of ID, on the behalf of that ID actually we want to delete that record, and this ID actually we are getting into the variable called ID. Okay, so just copy this name, go to wp my books, and let's say the ID equal to request, and here is the ID. Okay, this ID we are getting from our JS file, and this is the ID of our key of data table, sorry, database table. Okay, so here let's change the message, book deleted successfully. Okay, so we have done now, and let's refresh this page, set timeout. Okay, and within this timeout let's define a function location.reload, and let's reload this page after 13 seconds. Okay, so just save this file, go to browser and refresh this page. Okay, so go to book list, and let's delete a book, something called this is. Okay, just click on that, and here it is, book deleted successfully, and you can see book has been deleted from our data table. Okay, so once more guys, one more thing we want, that when we click on this delete button we want a confirmation message that user has to be asked that actually he's sure to delete or not. Okay, so to make the implementation of confirmation, go to your JavaScript file, let's make copy of all these things, cut that, and let's say var equal to conf, and let's say confirm that are you sure want to delete. Okay, question mark. This confirm function returns the boolean value, means if he clicks on OK then true value will return, if he clicks on cancel then the false value will be returned. Okay, so on getting the true value means conf. Okay, and here is we are getting that if true, means when user clicks on the OK button then we have got the true value. After getting the true value we will delete the record. Okay, so just refresh this page. So let's click on add the delete button. So when we clicking, here is the confirmation message. So when we click on cancel then it returns the false value. Just click on that. OK. So when we click on the OK button then it returns the true value. After getting the true value actually we are deleting the record. Here it is. So okay, so just click on OK and book deleted successfully. So these are the things guys that we had done to this video session series. We have created a custom my book plugin. Here is the list that, as you can see, we can create a new book. We can list all these created books into this data table, where we had done about the edit section and we had done the delete section. Okay, so we have seen all the CRUD operations by using this custom book my plugin into this plugin series. Okay, so if you have started this video session as a first video, then I strongly suggest you to watch all these video sessions like part 24 up to part number 31 before first. because in these all videos actually we have started and developed our custom my book plugin. Okay, and before part number 24 means we have done about 23, 22 means part 1 to 23, and in that video session we had discussed about separate part of all these things. Okay, so guys, this was our last video session of my book development plugin series. Okay, so for next video session we will see something more in this means custom plugin development tutorial. So if you have any query in this video session guys, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.